Some of you guys might remember the guy named Tokimitsu, who was in bluelock's top 3 in the second selection. I think that Tokimitsu is going to have a whole character shift when the bastard Munich guys face them off in the PxG match. So in this video, I'm going to explain exactly why I think that's the case. Let's take a deep dive into Tokimitsu's character inside of the second selection first. Straight up, when we get introduced to Tokimitsu in chapter 44, we can see that he has a lot of self-doubt. He's saying what he should do and that he doesn't want to do this. Even though he's ranked in the top 3, he doesn't have the resolve nor the confidence to back that claim up. He also said that if he were to lose, he definitely wouldn't get chosen. If he were to lose the next match as well, he wouldn't be chosen, that's for sure. He says that he'd end up all alone. And the very important bit here is that he doesn't want any negative thoughts. Keep this one in mind, as I'm going to get back to that later. But even though he acts like such a fool, in chapter 46, we see his talents displayed. Bachira moves up the field with the ball, and Tokimitsu is very eager to stop this. But he's still thinking about if they'd lose, he would go back to being a worthless person. Even though he has worked so hard to get this far, even though football was starting to make him feel confident. I can't see it at all, though. But anyways, after all that beta talk, he rushes up to Bachira, screaming that he wants confidence. Bachira thought that he could dribble past him easily, but this guy's muscles are no joke. Tokimitsu catches up to him instantly as Bachira tries to dribble to the opposite side. Tokimitsu catches up to him again and steals the ball. It seems that when he's in a pinch, he starts to show his true self. He moves up the field and tells Isagi to get out of the way. He shifts his weight around and tries to burst past Isagi from the left side. Isagi doesn't see any other option but to fool him, but he can't even budge the guy. That's how strong he is. So he bursts past Isagi and shoots the ball into the right upper corner, and it was only at that moment in front of the goal that he's gotten confident. I'll use this moment to quickly ask you guys that if you are liking my content so far and wish to support me, subscribe to the channel. Now back to the video. So even with all these talents, isn't it odd that Jinpachi Ego didn't put Tokimitsu in the starting 11? Well, there can only be one possible answer, which is that his crushed ego will do no good, just dragging the team down. And that such a playstyle won't be able to create chemical reactions with the rest of them. Although, in a pinch, you can rely on Tokimitsu, because that's the only time where his guts exceed his fear of losing. And this is a problem because how is he possibly going to integrate into a professional team with such futile resolve? So there's a guy that made a Reddit post talking about alter ego, and after reading it, I think that it could be right on the money. I'll briefly go over it, so if you'd want to read the full post, I'll link it in the description. He basically explained that since Loki is so young, how can he cope with all the expectations that have been put on him? Therefore, he would need an alter ego, which is a version of yourself that can handle the weight of all of it. It's also about safeguarding your self-worth regardless if you win, lose, or draw the game. An alter ego is the thing that grants players a peak performance mindset, not getting overwhelmed by external expectations and not letting your ego get to your head, because it isn't you that is successful or failing, but rather, it's the alter ego. Now, doesn't this sound awfully similar to exactly what Tokimitsu needs? Because of all of this and the fact that Tokimitsu chose to play inside of the PxG team, Loki must have changed him. Perhaps Loki has this philosophy because he was like Tokimitsu in the past as well and could relate to what he was going through. So I think that Loki has guided Tokimitsu through the Neo-Egoist League so far, trying to get him to become confident again through alter ego. If he just gets the confidence back, he could be so lethal. Although he already was in the second selection, think about how much untapped potential the guy must have. If you resonate with my content, subscribe to the channel. I'm out, peace.